Hi guys, started putting on my aftermarket kit. This is the turbo outlet pipe, the factory one. It was kind of a bear to take off. You gotta unclip these pieces and then that screw, and it's a good thing there's a lock washer there so the bolts don't fly off. There's a couple little rings there and everything, and then another bolt right there. And then the couplers right here. This went onto the turbo outlet pipe, which is over here. You can see it. You can barely see it. I can get down in there. Oh, there it is. Yep, that's an APR that I upgraded already a while back. But yeah, this piece was stuck up in there. And then when you have to wiggle and remove this piece off of there, that elbow right here, you gotta frickin' move this thing right here in the spot. It will gain more room as if you pull this thing slid right here. So you just take a little flathead screwdriver, slip it into that slot right there, just slip it in there, and this thing will pop out and out of the way. And I just kind of like just tucked it over here off to the side. That gave me the room I needed to wiggle this thing out. You gotta watch out, it gets caught up in the hoses while you pull them all out and stuff. I'll show you what I did underneath so far. So that's the outlet pipe, or to the intercooler from turbo. So it's just going up in there. There's a few things you had to disconnect. My JB1 I had to remove from here because I'm going to remove and upgrade this throttle pipe as well, because that was suggested by USP Motorsports to get this and the turbo inlet pipe upgraded and the outlet to the throttle body pipe upgraded, which you can see the restriction. Sorry for the shaky video. So that's the factory, and then I got the good stuff right here actually. Yep, that's the throttle pipe. Take throttle pipe here. This obviously looks like the elbow piece here. Gotta match them up. Match them up originally. Okay. Well, let's see here. Yeah, this looks like this is this way. I'm just kind of going as we go here, and this goes like this, I believe. Yeah. Well, it has to go like this. Yeah, because that matches like this. There you go. That matches like that. And this piece just elbows in. So they're two separate pieces instead. I guess makes installation easier. That's why I got more couplers here. A bent coupler. Some rings and washers. All that. So there's a couple more couplers. You got a coupler. This one looks like this one looks like it goes into the APR and then goes out to the bigger pipe. This one's the piece right here, and this is the piece right here. Yeah, this is the throttle pipe for sure, because I saw the turbo piece installed right here. So you can see the restriction compared to it, how it necks off and kind of bends over and bends. So it's just one smooth giant pipe. That is probably where they're getting that extra horsepower. Alright, well, when I get this done, I'll hopefully get back to you guys. Okay guys, I feel it's easier when you're removing the factory's throttle pipe right there. There's the intake, manifold, lid, so you know where this is at. Obviously that's electronic throttle controller. when you remove this, it makes it a lot easier. You remove this screw right here that's holding the radiator hose, the plastic radiator hose, which is annoying. I gotta find an upgrade for that. And remove this bolt. They're torque T30 size bolts. And just after I removed them, I put them over there so I don't lose them. Just remove that and move that, and that gives you a little bit more room to work with. Also remove the sensor right here. I have left it off to the side here. There it is. Remove that out of the way so I can get some more room and not break anything. So I can remove that bolt and hopefully slide this thing off, because I remove the T30 bolt or screw that's down there as well. Hopefully this thing should just slide off in theory. And yeah, hopefully that helps. Alright guys, just to recap, I just removed the throttle pipe off the car. What I did here is I took off the, I guess that's the boost sensor from here, and just make sure it's aligned to the same direction as it was going on the factory. This spooling kit is with this piece right here, and you got a plug here. Additional hole. I guess that's for another sensor reading, but obviously I don't have that, so I'm just going to plug that in. I'm not sure exactly what size it is, but I have multiple sizes. It is a hex bolt. They also come with their own screws. These screw sets right here. I'm going to get those in there. Currently, I just installed the Spulen coupler to my APR turbo muffler delete, and I just left the two belts right here, obviously, so they're easily accessible to the flathead screwdriver, and then I'll eventually have the pipe come out and around and back down there. That's what I'm shooting for anyway. Alright, what I've done so far is, yeah, the charge pipe originally from stock does fit the distance up to the pipe here. I made a little boo-boo where it bolts with the T30 bolt. I put that to here. I put this one in this hole. I figured it out. Good thing I got the other aftermarket one, the turbo inlet upgrade. And when I brought it down, I'm like, hey, wait a minute, where's the hole for this? Oh shoot, moved it over 1 more inch. I got my inch that I needed. So Spulen, my apologies to people. I'm just doing this without instructions, just going by feel, because I like playing around like that. So yep, those are T30s. They're both in the right spot, going up there. And this is the turbo pipe, charge pipe, going back out to the intercooler there, going all the way up. And if we go over to here, you can see the Spulen pipe right here. I put the coupler on there already. I put some of this right here on this side. Put that bracket on there. And I got one more bracket right here. Put this charge pipe on, which is going to go to, not there, but there. That coupler right there. I barely see it. Okay, so that's pretty much it. And then that bolt right there that I took off from the factory should bolt right over here. Here it is, that bolt right there. So that is going there. And everything should just button up, and you just make sure you tighten all your holes. I put a little bit of Loctite even on these things. I put a little Loctite on the screw. Just a little added security. But anyways, we'll be done soon. Alright guys, the job is complete. This coupler, I wish this was about 1 inch longer. This would help with sliding in. The ones that came with Spulen, the clamps, I didn't trust it. They were just barely pinching on edge to edge to grab these. So I got twice as thick ones that I had laying around. But yeah, it's a tight fit. fits right around there. This piece that I don't even know what it is, I think it's a sensor of some kind. It's not going back to that spot anymore, basically. So when you did remove that, again, I just move it aside. Just move it there. It's going to be just fine right there. Yep. So that's where that sensor is going now. That's just where it has to go. It used to fit there, but because of larger piping, and I just show you now the complete little process. You get the spooling thing right there. Yep, it's pinched on pretty tight there. I used my clamp, and then it goes there. There's nothing hitting it. These are screwed in tight, screwed in at the bottom nice and tight too to the block. Yeah, this is vacuum line for the intercooler. So that is done with the install. So I have the Spulen, which you can't see very well anymore now, Spulen up pipe from the intercooler up to the throttle body, and the Spulen turbo pipe going from the intercooler. So the complete route is upgraded, and that's supposed to yield 10 to the wheel horsepower from USP Motorsports. That's pretty impressive. So I'll put the rest of this back together, and you won't see this stuff anymore. That's why I'm showing some footage of it right now. Hope you enjoy. Well, Thank you. I discovered that my VR600 intake does not go back in here because this piping is bigger, and this assembly right here is bigger, and it can't sit back in here. So I think I'm gonna have to go with another intake system. That's kind of sucky, but duly noted. I can't sit it in these little spots right here, and the spots right over here, that spot and that spot. It won't go, well, it'll reach here, but it won't sit down nicely because the cavity right here won't sit flush. So I'm kind of sort of out of luck right now. Well, I mean, I could just put back the air filter right there and just let it be for the time being till the meantime. Anyways, just FYI, that will not work with an aftermarket intake like a VW VR600 intake.